Hello from Snooker Tips. What we have here are simple balls lying on the table. Nice easy practice routine. There is a lot of problems that you guys are facing at the moment. You can't seem to find your line of aim for the shots. So if I just place that ball on the table there, and you look down the line of aim, through the pink ball to the pocket. Okay, that would be the line of aim for the pink to the pocket. Now, from the cue ball to that pink ball is not a straight line. So what I'm being asked a lot of the times now is, how do I find where to strike the cue ball to the pink? Like I said before, this is done in many different ways. The reason it's done in lots of different ways is some people will look from the cue ball to the pink ball and what they call back of the ball aiming. They make a mental mark on the pink ball here, and then they look back from here at the pink ball, and there's the line of the shot down through the cue ball, striking the pink like the tip is going to actually make contact with the pink ball. It can be a bit difficult to learn that to start with, and you never hear anyone say, oh, strike the pink 2 balls across from the left. Okay, that just doesn't happen. You might hear someone say, strike that 3/4 ball, which is what that shot is. And that means that 3/4 of that pink ball is being covered up, okay, like so. If you're looking from here, you see the whole ball is being covered up, and yet the cue ball is off angle. It's not in a straight line with that cue ball, okay, and that's how you imagine the shots to be played. It's the simplest and easiest way of learning this technique, these shots of potting balls. If you can't find where that line is, you're going to struggle for I don't know how long, okay? So the information you're getting from other players and other people may be good information, but maybe it's taken out of context, like if you don't understand the information correctly. So what you need to do is find that line of aim, and it all starts down there on the floor, okay? There's the line from the ball to the pink ball, from the cue ball to the pink ball. But it takes a lot of experience to recognise that. All I can see is that is a 3/4 ball pot, and I'm aiming 3/4 ball on the pink. I don't even look at the pocket. The pocket to me is completely irrelevant by this stage. By the time I've addressed the table, I'm no longer looking at the pocket. Okay, I look at the ball to the pocket to start with as I approach the table. Okay, and that gives me a line through the cue ball to the pink ball to the pocket. It needs to be done all in one movement. If I put you down there, you can kind of see what I mean. You can see that's not going to the pocket in a straight line, is it? It's going over there. Okay? That's where it's going. So in order to adjust for that, you must make sure you're standing on the line that you're going to put the cue through in a straight line. You must be standing on the line of aim between these 2 balls. Not that ball on the pocket, because the line of aim there, that would be a plain ball shot. Okay, if that was a plain ball shot, that would be fine. But in order to play that plain ball, the cue ball would have to be in a straight line with it, like so. Okay, that's a plain ball shot. But you're not struggling with the plain ball shots. It seems to be just about any angle. So if I just move that off by just a ball across, then suddenly that becomes a difficult shot for you guys. Okay, it's not a difficult shot. It's just that you need to put the cue through straight, and you need to know where you're looking here. The one thing you mustn't do is look at the pocket when you're aiming here, because it leads your eye away from the object ball and you won't pop the ball. Okay? Very, very... You're making it overcomplicated. This is a simple task. Just play the cue ball to the correct area on the pink ball, which is 3/4 ball, and then the pink ball will find its way to the pocket in a straight line. Because this is all made up of straight lines. This whole game is just straight lines. Lines on lines on lines. Okay? I hope you get this from this now. There's only so many ways I can explain it to you. And at the end of the day, it's all about potting the balls. You know, it doesn't really matter that someone might say to you, well, I make a mental mark on the ball about here in the centre of the ball. That's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. If you're on a straight ball, it's kind of simple. But if you give it a funny angle, so it's between half ball and 3/4 ball, it's not either. It's not a half ball and it's not a 3/4 ball. Do you see what I mean? So then, if you aim there, there would be your line that you would look down to the pocket. There's the line down to the pocket, look, you see. But that's not the line from the cue ball. You must be standing on the line from the cue ball to the pink. And you must look to there. So that becomes like a thin 3/4 ball or a thick half ball. Do you see what I mean? It's not either one of those two shots. It's not a half ball and it's not a 3/4 ball. And if you're caught in between like that, then yes, an experienced player would aim what they call back of the ball aiming here. So they'd aim the cue ball to the centre of that. So if you're playing plain ball here, in the centre of the cue ball, when you push through the cue, what would happen is, let's move the cue ball out of the way, it's like you imagine the tip hitting here. Okay? That's how you aim back of the ball. I'll show you that again. So this is how you would aim back of the ball. You look down the line of the cue, backwards and forwards as you would normally do. Get your feathers moving so everything's nicely in line and nice and smooth. And then when you push through that cue ball, you're not looking at the cue ball, you're looking at the impact area here, where your imaginary tip would hit. And it would go straight through the cue ball and aim to hit here. And if you cue straight, and you don't cue across the ball in any way, making sure you're in line with the shot when you start, of course, is very important. If you do that correctly, you will actually push that until it hits there, and then of course that is the correct line to put that ball to the pocket. It takes a long time to work that out. If you just imagine a ball on top of it, it's far easier, personally. It's the way I would show someone how to do it. And it's the quickest method, simply because you never hear anyone say, aim 2 tips across to the right and you'll pop that pink in the corner. You never hear that. That is just never done. Sorry, what you might hear is this. Aim 3/4 ball and you'll pop that ball to the pocket. As you can see, that's not quite 3/4 ball and it's not half ball. It's in between the two, like I said earlier. Do you see what I mean? And the only way I get to know how to recognise that is through experience. And you have to play a lot of balls, to pot a lot of balls, to actually get experience at this game. It's no good playing that shot once, getting it once, and saying, oh, I can play that shot now. You have to play that shot hundreds of times, if not thousands, to be proficient at playing that shot. You know, if you're playing snooker leagues and things, that's great, but not all of us do. Some of us aren't allowed, some of us are allowed, and we can't play, you know, or aren't good enough. So if you get a chance to play in the local club, try and practice these shots as much as you can, because they come up all the time. They're not exactly half ball and they're not 3/4 ball. They're somewhere in between the two. It's like having an almost straight ball. It's not quite dead straight, as you can see. It's nearly straight, so it's slightly off centre. The only way to learn this type of shot is to practice the straight shots so that you don't miss them. And the main technical problem here is to make sure that you put the cue through in a dead, perfectly straight line. What you've got there is, you're looking at that red ball there, this one here, to the middle pocket as a pot, okay? So there's the line that you want to be looking down, okay? You have to imagine a mark on the ball here or a cue ball in front of it to make that look like a 3/4 ball shot. So there's the, as you can see, that's a full ball from the cue ball through the red to the pocket. And from this position where the white is, that is a 3/4 ball shot. And the reason that's a 3/4 ball shot is because 3/4 of the red is being covered up by the imaginary cue ball on top of it. I'll just remove that ball for a moment. There's the line of the shot. You must step into the line of the shot from way back off the table. So there's how you actually look at the shot. And I would be standing on the line of aim, which is there. Okay? And then when I put my cue through on the line of aim directly to the 3/4 ball position on this red ball, which, if I just touch it there, like that, I've just made a mark on the cue ball, on the red ball itself. I hope you can see that. You might be able to see that. There we go, you can see those marks on there. Well, I've just made those marks with my tip to show you a back of the ball aiming. Now, you never hear anyone say, aim 3 tips across from the left-hand side of the ball to the right to pot that ball. They just simply say, that's a 3/4 ball pot. The reason they say that is because that is the easiest and simplest technique to learn. There's no point me saying, you've got to aim just here or just there. that is a 3/4 ball pot. It doesn't change. The line of the shot never changes. And once you can recognise that that is a 3/4 ball shot, you'll recognise that shot all over the table. It'll always be the same. It's constant. The only thing that changes is your cueing technique. If you put the cue through and you don't put the cue through in a straight level line between those two balls, if you vary off slightly because your feet are in the wrong position, or you haven't looked at where the red goes to the pocket in the correct manner, so if you're looking at it and you're looking at it thin, then again your aiming will be off from here. Okay? Once you're looking at the cue ball to the red ball, you never look at the pocket, because that will draw your eyes offline of the shot. And what you should be looking at is the red ball when the cue goes forward. When you actually strike the cue ball, you should be looking at the red ball. The simple reason for that is because you will miss the pot if you're looking at the pocket. You should also, if you can, try to look at where the cue ball has struck the red ball. If you strike this and it goes through clean, but you miss the pot, you need to stay down on the shot to see that how you've missed it. If you get straight up off the shot really fast and you jump away from the table, if you do that, you're not going to see how you've missed the shot. So my advice would be that when you play this stroke and you're looking down the line of the ball and you just play through and push through the ball, you must leave your cue outstretched and see where you've hit, see where you've impacted the red ball to pot it. Because if you're not doing that, you can't learn from it. I'll deliberately play this red here, and I'll deliberately play it wrong, okay? And what we'll do here, this will teach you far more. You learn more from missing the pot than you do from potting it, in fact. Now again, that's the same shot. There's the angle of the red to the pocket, okay? The cue ball is 2 feet away, it's above the blue spot, but it's just over 2.5 feet away. And I'm looking down through the line of sight there to 3/4 ball position to pot that ball, okay? Okay, so I'm looking at 3/4 ball. That means 3/4 of the red ball is being covered up by the cue ball. When I play through this, I'm going to deliberately miss it. I'm going to miss it thick. So make the red hit the cushion here, okay, rather than hitting the pocket. Now watch what happens if I jump up off the shot. I learn nothing from that. I can't figure out whether I've hit it thick or thin or where the ball's going to go after contact. I can't figure anything out at all from that. I'm not going to learn a damn thing. Same thing again. Exactly the same shot. This time, I'm going to hold my cue out in front of me, following the shot. Push through, it goes in, and I can see where the line is. I can see where I've hit it, and I can remember that. If you jump up off the shot, you won't remember a thing. Try and stay down on the shot until the shot's completely finished, until the white ball has stopped moving. Even if you miss the shot, it does take a little bit of discipline, but if you can do that, you'll learn far more from that than you ever will from jumping up off the shot. Hope you get that now. Line of aim, very important. Bye-bye from Snooker Tips.